What's good? It's your boy Twiz. I had it brought to my attention that with everything going on in the world today, that you guys want more videos from me. Everyone seems to be happy with the content I currently make. They just want me to do it more often or even daily. And the thing is, I do so much research and I take so much time editing that with my current way of producing videos, daily is going to be kind of hard. So I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to try something a little bit shorter and more hyper focused. And if this format works for me, I can try to do daily content. And this might be a better overall format anyway, because we'll be more focused on one subject. So with that said, I saw a Twitter dispute going on about basically how everybody hated the Stadia Connect, but that meant it was the end for Stadia. But also everybody hated the Nintendo Direct, but then they told the people who hated it to stop crying. Nintendo is going to be fine. So I wanted to highlight this and point out basically how two things can be bad, but they're treated completely different. Or correction, I'm not going to point it out. My homeboy Bryant Chappell is going to point it out. Fuck you!
Stadia drops a bad Connect. They are doomed. Nintendo drops a bad Direct. People are overreacting babies about that Direct.
He's pointing out how both companies can put out a mediocre Connect and be treated completely differently. Although to be fair, I actually don't think the Stadia Connect was bad, and I haven't seen the Nintendo Direct, so I can't really give a real comparison. As far as the Stadia Connect, most people overhyped themselves and got hyped for stuff that was neither planned or promised. But you know what? That's a different story for a different video. Now that I think about it, I haven't done a video on the subject yet, have I? I might want to correct that in the near future, but let's continue.
I think Nintendo's history and success with video games gives me a little more confidence they'll be able to overcome a bad Direct versus whatever it is Google is doing with Stadia. Also, Game Pass plus Xcloud makes Stadia relevant.
So Nintendo's past success and history gives you a little bit more confidence in the future? Well, let me tell you this, man. Nintendo isn't really living off their past success and history. Nintendo's living very much in the here and now. Let me show you. Nintendo president says company can move away from home consoles.
In an interview with Nikkei translated by Nintendo Everything, new Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa was asked about the risk that goes into having a role in both the software and hardware businesses, and running into an innovation dilemma. In response, Furukawa said that the company will continue to think flexibly about how Nintendo delivers experiences to players. This could mean moving away from home consoles entirely, he added. In the long term, perhaps our focus as a business could shift away from home consoles. Flexibility is just as important as ingenuity, Furukawa said.
Almost sounds like Nintendo's flying by the seat of their pants, playing everything by ear. Currently the Switch is doing very well, so they're leaning into it. But the second the sales slow down on it and the Switch isn't popping, you better believe they're going to be looking for something else. I mean, why else do you think they're currently making games on Android? And do you really think they're going to stop there? I know this is a little bit on the side of what we were talking about. But now that we're sitting here really seeing that Nintendo said they could move away from consoles, they're actively talking about it. The next step is cloud streaming, and Nintendo is not in a position to make their own cloud platform. Even if they wanted to, by the time they get started, it would already be too late. You already have Stadia, you already have Xbox, you have PlayStation now, you have Amazon. Honestly, Nintendo's only real choice is to team up with one of the existing partners, and it wouldn't really be that hard for them to do. I mean, they already kind of do that with Android. They make games for Android, giving away 30% of the cut of the profits and keeping the rest. So there's really no difference in them doing that for Android or doing that for Stadia or Microsoft or PlayStation. With that said, sometime in the future, when Nintendo does slow down sales on the Switch, if they do consider teaming up with one of the cloud streaming platforms, which one do you think it will be and why? I want to hear what you think down in the comments below. Anyhow, back on subject.
Also, Game Pass plus Xcloud makes Stadia relevant.
Please elaborate. How exactly does Xcloud and Game Pass make Stadia relevant? Especially now, while Xcloud is only available on the phones at $720, when Stadia I can play everywhere. You know what? I'll go ahead and give you a bone. Let's talk about the future of Xcloud. When Xcloud is eventually available everywhere, on the browser, on your TV, and on your phones and tablets, sure, we'll go with that comparison. Even then, Stadia is going to be higher quality, and it's going to be a long time before Microsoft bridges that quality gap, if ever, because I think just like Microsoft is going to upgrade the servers for Xcloud, which are really just Xboxes, Stadia will also upgrade their servers for Stadia, or Google, I should say, will also upgrade their servers for Stadia. Please elaborate. From where I'm sitting, when I look at it, the only thing Xcloud has above Stadia is the games. Yes, Xcloud does have more games, but if more games is the only thing that matters, why not go with PlayStation Now if you really just care about games? Because PlayStation Now has over 800 games that you can play right now. And with PS Now, you can play it on your desktop instead of just on your phone. Because let's be honest, most people really don't want to play on their phone. They do it because they can. They do it because it's the only option. They don't do it because that's the primary way they want to play it. And to add on even more, both can exist. To say that Xcloud will make Stadia irrelevant is like saying that PlayStation makes the Xbox irrelevant. It's like saying PC makes the Switch irrelevant. You can have more than one gaming platform, you can have more than one cloud platform. Each has their pros and cons. I would say neither one makes the other irrelevant. Most people just have a preference.
Let me double check real quick.
The one that gives me like 1,000 XP. A musician.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Except for the fact that Stadia and Xcloud both require 10 megabits per second download speeds. So if Stadia didn't work for someone because of internet issues, Xcloud with Game Pass won't work for them either. Both can coexist without one making the other irrelevant.
Oh shit, he basically said the same thing I said in less words. Nice. I like this guy.
If you can handle Stadia, you can handle Xcloud, so why would you choose Stadia?
I don't know. I'll start with the easiest way I think everybody can understand. Money. Stadia is just cheaper. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. You can just straight buy your games, so you have more options on how you pay. But if you do want to pay the monthly fee, Stadia is also cheaper. Let's go with the next thing. Stadia is going to be higher quality. We all know that Xcloud is run on the Xbox One S hardware. Stadia is run on custom-made Linux boxes. Stadia is often compared to the Xbox One X and PC, meaning by default the games will run better, the games will look better. On top of which, since we're still talking about quality, let's talk about connection. Google specializes in video streaming. It has data centers all over the world with optimal connections. Microsoft does not have the same deals with ISPs when it comes to streaming as Stadia does, nor does Microsoft has as many servers. So expect there to be more lag, expect there to be more hiccups, expect there to be more connection issues in general. If you need even more reasons, I can do this all day. Okay, fine. Let's talk about what each service is integrated with. We know for a fact that Stadia will integrate with YouTube and possibly the rest of the Google stack. I'm talking Android, we're talking Google itself, as well as the Chrome browser. It will be optimized for the Chrome browser. Now, let's look at Microsoft. They integrated with Facebook, something they don't control, a platform they have to negotiate with. When it comes to being agile and meeting customer demand, Stadia and Google and YouTube has it beat. Because they own all their platforms, they can quickly make changes as needed. For Microsoft to keep up with Stadia to make equivalent changes, they have to negotiate with Facebook, meaning they can't react or be as flexible as Stadia can. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a fanboy of Microsoft, and especially if you like the Microsoft exclusives, maybe these reasons aren't good enough to make you choose Stadia over Xbox, but you asked for reasons, and I gave you reasons. So when you talk like Stadia has no advantages over Xcloud, you're greatly mistaken. Fuck you, he saw me move, didn't you? Yeah, he did.
At this point I have a pre-established library on Stadia that I don't want to part with, and it works on my smartphone, PC, tablet, and Chromecast. I've already adopted into their ecosystem, so it would be hard to leave.
I think that's the reason why a lot of people stay on the systems they're on, because I had friends forever that played on PlayStation, refused to play on PC, and it's for very similar reasons. They were already sucked into the ecosystem. It wasn't until they upgraded from their PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 to where they didn't feel as sucked in, and they ended up getting gaming laptops so we could play PC games together. But I definitely understand that mentality.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, that was an odd reply.
Don't be a dick. I gave you an honest answer. No need to respond that way.
My boy Brian on the attack.
I'm saying sorry that you are going to lose all those games when Google inevitably gives up on Stadia.
This motherfucker. Oh man, people are still saying that.
At this point you're being facetious. When you want to have an honest conversation about this, let me know.
Man, Brian's a much nicer person than me. If it was me, I would have made a whole video just roasting the guy. Wait. Let's see who Brian is anyway. Host and producer of The Nerf Report, PlayStation News, Stadia News, Xbox News. Austin, Texas, writer, traveler, and he has a YouTube channel, youtube.com, The Nerf Report. I'll also put a link down in the description below. And I just noticed I'm following him, but he's not following me back. You know what? I don't really blame him, because I tell you right now, if you're following me on Twitter, it probably doesn't look good. I am indeed the black sheep of the Stadia community. Any connection to me, man, will probably hurt your reputation and will hurt your chances. So don't worry about the follows, guys. Don't get me wrong, I embrace it, I like it. It makes me memorable, cause hey man, you might not like me, but at least you know who I am. And with that said, I'm your boy Twiz. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And also, if you like the new format, if you like the shorter but daily videos, please let me know in the comment below, because if you guys like this, I can try to keep this up for as long as possible. Laters, y'all. You gonna find your own hiding space, you motherfucker.
Wow, you got really high pitch there, Twiz.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that.